Congratulations on the purchase of your Sunset Trail 253RB. My name is Russ. I'm going to do your orientation for you today. We're going to start out with a little bit of maintenance you want to do a couple times a year. Start off with your roof. That roof is a rubber membrane. You want to get up on the roof and treat it with a rubber roof cleaner and conditioner. The product, you just spray it on, scrub it in, and rinse off. It's an all-in-one product, so make sure you do that a couple times a year. You also want to maintain the seals on your slide out. So you have a bulb seal and a wipe away seal. Wipe away seal wipes the moisture off your slide out when you bring it in. The bulb seal seals the weather out. There's a slide out seal conditioner, comes in a spray can. Just spray it on, it'll foam up. You just leave it there, it'll disappear, soaks into the rubber. Keeps this rubber from drying out and cracking, prevents leaks. You also want to maintain your tires. Your tire pressure is listed on the side of the coach right here, 65 psi. So you want to make sure that you maintain that tire pressure. You do want to grease your wheel bearings, recommended every 6,000 miles or 2 years. You do have bearing buddies on here, so you just pop that cap off and then grease it from there. All right, we're going to go around to the side to your awning. You want to maintain that awning, so just bring the awning out. There's an awning cleaner with a UV blocker. You want to spray that awning cleaner on there. Scrub it in and then rinse it off. Do that a couple times a year. Helps keep that awning from fading and cracking over time. Your siding and those graphics on the sides, over time they might start to fade, crack, and peel. If you use a regular Carnauba style car wax a couple times a year, it's a big job, but it's well worth it. Put that on there, it's going to help prevent that from happening. If you're not somebody who likes to wax, we do have a paint protection. It's a coating we put on here, and it will prevent you from having to wax this. It cleans a lot easier. It has a 5-year warranty with it, so if something did happen to your siding or those graphics in that 5 years, they would be replaced or fixed. Also protects your awning, covers your awning, the warranty does. So if your awning starts to fade or crack, that's going to be replaced as well. I'll go over that a little more towards the end of the video. So we're going to start with your orientation now. We'll just start here in the back. So right here, this is where your plug goes. You have a 30 amp service. Just plug it in there. Right down here, this is where all the fun happens. So you have a black and a gray tank. If you've never done this before, you just simply take the cap off, put your hose on. That hose goes to the septic. Put that back on real quick. Then you have the black handle, that's your toilet. You're going to pull that, let that empty, and then pull the gray handle. The gray is your dirty sink and shower water. That gray water is going to help wash the black out of your hose. Once you're done, simply put the cap back on. Alright, we're going to go back over here. You can store your wastewater hose right in the bumper. Just pull the cap off and slide it in there. Sorry for all the noise. Spare tire, same as the tires that are on it. Put your license plate there. You do have a ladder on here, and you are also prepped for a backup camera. So we have backup cameras here. Is recommended. The observation camera is on all the time while you're driving down the road, so you can see to change lanes, see who's behind you. It's just 4 screws and 1 plug that goes into there, and then you have a screen that comes with it that goes into your vehicle. They are powered through your lights, so the lights have to be on the camper. If that's something you're interested in, let us know. You have this spray port back here, so once your water's hooked up, this will automatically have water run into it. This is a quick connect, so that comes off, closes up. And then right back here, this is where you're going to your inputs for cable or satellite. Some parks have cable service. Some people use a portable satellite dish. Put this right in here. This sink does go to a black tank, or excuse me, a gray tank. Your refrigerator on the outside kitchen, this is electric only, so you must be plugged in for that to work. You do have a gas grill. Your gas grill is going to hook right to there. That's your quick connect get for your gas. It's going to hook to the bottom of the grill. While we're down here, you do have electric stabilizers. The switch is right here for them. Just hold the switch down. It'll go up or down. Now, if for some reason these were to fail, if you go on the opposite side, there is a tool inside where you can manually crank this back up or down. Back over here, you do have a light up here as well, just manual light. And then your water heater. Your water heater is gas or electric. Right now it is bypassed. I'll show you inside where the panel is so you can get access to the valves so you can use your water heater, or if you need to bypass it again in the wintertime, you'll know where it's at. This is an aluminum tank. You have a cap, and it goes right here when you're ready to use it, so screw that in. These two caps are for your low point drains. I'll show you where those are at, but they're off right now because we are winterized. This is all electronic ignite. So as long as your propane's on, if you want to use the gas, just push the button inside, it'll turn on. If you want to use the electric, just push the button. Just make sure there's water in it first. Alright, and over here, you just have a couple plugs. You can have a TV outside. These are outputs. Refrigerator vent. There are screens if you have issues with bugs or anything. There's screens that go here to keep those bugs out. There's also screens for your furnace vent. There's a screen that goes over top of here. Furnace vent, bees, rodents, they can get in there, so it's probably a good idea to put a screen over it. Your furnace vent does get very hot, so if you have any children or pets, if you use the furnace, just be careful, they will get burned. A couple outdoor speakers, of course your awning and the lights. You have solid steps on here, very nice steps. The only thing is, you need to make sure you clean the dirt off the steps before you put them back in. Otherwise, everything on the steps is going to end up right on the floor inside. But very important thing, you want to make sure this door is all the way open before you move the steps up or down. Otherwise, this guy right here is going to catch your screen. So you just simply lift them up. They snap into place. And just turn the handle and pull them back down when you're ready to use them. If you need to adjust the legs, you have pins on both sides to adjust the legs. Bring those back down. Once the steps are up, you just close your door, and then you can put your handle over the door, help keep that door secured. Your front stabilizer jacks, controls right here for those. And the same thing on the opposite side, you can use that tool if you need to manually crank them up and down. Your pass-through storage here, you do have magnets on your doors to hold them up, nice feature there. This is the tool for the front jack. This is the tool for those stabilizers if they were to fail. There's your cord, nice pass-through. You have a light over there, and then you have switch there for this light, and then this other switch is for your front lights. You have those blue lights up there, that's what that's for. If you get the starter kit, you will have a brand new Deep Cycle Marine battery that sits there. You'll have two full 20-pound propane tanks. Comes with the tanks, but we'll fill them up for you. And then you have an electric tongue jack. So you have a switch right here, up or down, and then on and off here. And then that tool I just showed you inside the compartment, you would use it there if this were to fail. On this side, just the other door through that pass-through storage. And you do have a drain for your fresh water tank right there. Okay, I'm back. I had to pause for a minute to open this door up. So inside this door, this is your front compartment door. This is where your hookups are going to be. So you have your city water connection. This is where you're going to hook up a garden hose from the park, so you have running water through that garden hose. I do recommend you use a water pressure regulator. Anything over 50 psi, you have a chance of bursting your line, so I would use a water pressure regulator. If you're rustic camping, you're going to fill your freshwater tank here, so just fill that up, and then you'll turn on your water pump inside, and then you'll have water pressure that way. You don't want to use both of these at the same time, because if you have pressured water going through here and you turn your water pump on, you're going to build too much pressure. You're going to end up bursting your lines, so be careful of that. So if you do rustic camping, you fill this up, that's where you're going to empty it. This guy right here, this is a black tank flush. Once you're done emptying your tanks, so you'll empty the black and then the gray, then you'll close that gray back up, leave the black open, hook a hose up to here, and it's like an upside down sprinkler system in your black tank. It's going to flush it out for you. So once you're satisfied it's clean enough, then you just close that black up and then put your cap on. Right here, this is a battery disconnect. So if you turn this is going to turn all the battery power off to the coach. There's only a couple things. There's one thing that runs off it, even if this is off, is your carbon monoxide LP detector. So keep that in mind. Even if you shut that off, that it's still going to drain your battery. So if it sits in your yard for a couple days not plugged in, you might want to just unhook your battery. Alright, and then right here, this is where your hoses will come up through, so you can close your door. And that is the outside of your camper. So we will head inside. Oh, I almost missed something here. So right here, you are solar ready. So you can plug in a solar panel and that will trickle charge your battery. All right, we'll head inside. All right, so right inside the door here, you have your storage. Nice big closet area. Your TV. You have TV connections up here. And then this is for your Wi-Fi extender. So you turn that on for the extender. All right. Down here you have your stereo. Just turn it on. You have indoor and outdoor speakers. So you have zone A and zone B. Just push it to turn it on or off. So zone A is inside. Zone B is outside. And then just hold this down to turn it off. Your control panel, you have your tanks right here and your battery, so just push the button down. Your battery, we don't have a battery hooked up, but I have my battery pack on there. Freshwater tank, black tank, and your one gray tank. It has two on here, but you only have one gray tank. Your awning lights, these are bedroom lights, and then your main, oh, that's for those fancy blue lights there. And then this one right here is your main lights. You have your water pump, so if you do rustic camping, fill that fresh water tank up, turn that pump on. Gas and electric for your water heater. So if you want to run gas, just flip that switch, make sure your propane is on, and it'll light up on its own. Otherwise, you have the electric. This is for your awning, and this is for your slide out. If you never had a slide out before, just hold the button down until it stops. It'll just make that noise, and that'll be it. Your awning, just hold it down. I'm right against the building here, so I won't be able to take it out all the way. But you hold it down. Anytime you let go of the button, it will stop. Once your awning is out, you will see the valance fall. As soon as you see that valance fall, let go of the button. Because if you keep holding it down, it's going to keep winding. It's going to wind back towards the camper with your awning upside down. So be careful of that. Right down here, that's that carbon monoxide LP detector I was talking about. That will run off your battery no matter what, unless you unhook it. Some storage, paperwork. Then over here, your refrigerator. Your refrigerator is gas or electric. If you push the mode button, this is the auto mode. So if you are plugged in, it's going to automatically run off electricity. If you are not plugged in or you lose power, it's going to automatically switch to gas. And that's what it did here because I'm not plugged in. So I'll go back to that. It's going to switch to that gas. If I push it again, that's electric only. And that is gas only. I would just leave it on auto and it'll do whatever it needs to do. And then the more snowflakes, the colder it is. Nice refrigerator. Your microwave, standard microwave, just like at home. You do have a vent and a light here. Your stove does have a glass top, so you have extra counter space. When you're going to use the stove, it just folds up and creates a little backsplash. So make sure you have that down before you travel, otherwise it could break. It is glass. You have a light here. And then your stove top, you're just going to put it on high and turn this until the burner lights up. And you'll do that with all 3 burners. Your oven, you're going to put it on the little flame there. Push that in. And while you're pushing that in, you're going to turn this until your pilot lights. Once your pilot lights, you can put it on whatever temperature you need it to be. Below your stove, fuses and breakers. So all your fuses are 12 volt and all your breakers run off your shore power. If a fuse were to go out, a LED light will light up next to the bad one, so you don't have to guess which one it is, and you can see that light right through the window there. All the vents along the floor there, that's for your heat. Any vents in the ceiling, that's for your air conditioning. Your sink, this does pull out for a sprayer. Alright, we'll go around to your bathroom. You do have a latch here to keep your door secured while you're traveling. Your toilet is a foot pedal flush. So halfway down to bring water in, all the way down to flush it. Nice big storage in here. With your sink, you have a GFI receptacle in the bathroom. So if something trips, just reset that. Your light switch is right above it. And then your shower. Your shower does have magnet strips up and down here. So they'll come together. Before you travel, just be sure you put this little rubber strap on there. And then your fan just twists up and down, and you have a switch to turn the fan on. You can get a max air cover that goes over top of this, so if you wanted to leave this open even when it's raining, it will not get wet inside. You could leave this open while you're driving, but as of right now, without it, make sure that you keep this closed if it's raining, of course, but also while you're traveling. Otherwise, you're going to lose that lid. All right. Your dinette. Dinette does go into a bed. So you just lift this table leg up, and then this will flip down, and it's going to rest on top of the little shelves right here. Once the table is down there, then you just put these on top of it. Switch here. Turns the lights on. Now you have a thermostat right by the bathroom. This bottom button, you push that. Right now it says off. Each time I push it, it goes to something new. So there's your fan on low, fan on high, your air conditioning on auto, and then your heat. And then just set your temperature. And then back to off. Right, you do have your recliners. These recliners have little handles here. So you just pull those handles, bring it out. Little parachute type handles. Spot for your remotes. Your blinds all push up and pull down. Just give it a push, they'll stay. Windows will slide open. So pull out here, slide it. Alright. So let's move on into the bedroom area. You do have a spot for a TV over on the wall here. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. So hook up there. You can mount it here. Use a stud finder or something so you can make sure you find the right spot. It feels pretty solid, like you could put it up anywhere. At the head of the bed, you do have a USB charging port and a plug on both sides. This bed does lift up in the front for more storage. You have a vent in here also. It doesn't have a fan on it, but you can put a max air cover over that also, so you can leave it open anytime. That way you get some airflow through here. And over here, that ceramic exterior coating I was telling you about, this is what it covers. So you have the exterior protection, covers fading, chalking, water spotting, tree sap, insects, all this stuff. The outside graphics and the exterior of the camper, it would be replaced or repaired if any of this caused damage. And then there's also an interior protection, covers the inside from any of this, like your fading, you spill bleach, you have loose seam stitches. It's all going to be covered for 5 years. So if this is something that's you're interested in, let us know. We'll be happy to get it on there. We have all these other options as well. So the observation camera, your vents for the screens for all those vents outside, like your furnace vent. There's one for your water heater as well. Slide toppers. Slide topper is like an awning that goes over top of your slide out. It protects that rubber membrane. Very nice to have. It keeps any debris from falling on that rubber membrane and damaging it. Awning cradle. You have a pretty good size awning. It probably wouldn't hurt. Put an awning cradle. It just goes in the center of the awning and supports it. Surge protector, something that's highly recommended. You have a 30 amp service. Surge protector is very important if you go to parks where you're going to do full hookup camping. You never know what's going to happen. You could plug your camper in. There could be something wrong with the outlet at the park, and you could damage your electrical. That surge protector is going to protect you from that. Not to mention all the campers that are there might be running the air conditioner, so you have surges from all of that, and that's going to help protect you there too. All right. So like I said, any questions, give us a call. Thank you for purchasing from TerryTown. We appreciate your business, and we hope you enjoy this camper for a long time.